Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to Grace in Your Corner. My name is Corey Strothman, and excited to chat with you a little bit today. Number one, I hope everyone had a great start to their day, and want to talk to you about family. I just returned from a family vacation from Breckenridge, Colorado yesterday. I was lucky enough to go there with my family, meaning Lauren and my two boys, and also with my parents, my sister Jody and her family, and then Tanner and his family as well. That equaled 14 people, 8 adults and 6 kids. 6 kids. My two boys are actually the oldest at 7 and 5. So 14 people in a house for the work week, and it was a great time. When we were there, we actually did a Facebook Live with my parents and my sister at Breckenridge. However, I did notice that the last 15 minutes of the section, unfortunately, with internet connection or some sort of issue, did not upload. So I wanted to touch base with that a little bit because we spent that time talking about family and the importance of and the support system that families can provide, and then also understanding and realizing that not everyone is blessed to have that support system of family in place. So today's topic is really going to be about utilizing support systems and what can you do if you're not fortunate enough to have the support system in place that is family. So I'll go ahead and start and talk about mine. And I am very blessed to have the opportunity to have not only a supporting wife and 2 kids, but my extended family as well, with my parents, my brother, my sister, and their spouses. They are definitely in my corner. And I'll go even a step further that my extended family past that is incredibly strong as I can imagine. I have aunts and uncles and first cousins, second cousins at all times, understanding what I've gone through and being there to support. So I feel very blessed in that aspect that I can have that conversation, and I know that there's not judgment, but I can feel the love and the care behind the words of others. And that leads a lot to, family vacation. Some people might have just heard 14 people, 6 young kids in a family vacation for a week, and they might say, no thank you, not going to work. That's something that my family does every year. Is we spend time during the summer, most of the time going to the mountains, to just enjoy each other's company and to take a break from life and the stresses, celebrating together, collaborating with each other of how we are doing in life and where we're at. And it's not just a one-time thing. We talk consistently throughout the year, and it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to them as well, to be able to not just understand what's going on, but to be a help and a scaffolding for each other. So yeah, we enjoyed that. Breckenridge, if you've never been there, is a absolutely beautiful ski town. We went up to a place called Peak 8 for the kids, and that was an all-day affair of doing roller coasters, trampoline, ropes course, you name it. They've got it. And also then downtown Breckenridge has a ton of great places. It was harder to get to with young kids, but I've been fortunate enough to be there before, and there's all sorts of things that would be hit everyone's interest and pique their interest at least. So the thing I love about Colorado, before I get too far off track, in the summer is I still did get, I don't know if you can tell, I got a lot of sun in Colorado. The high was around 73, but your elevation brings you closer to the sun. But I absolutely love morning and evenings sitting outside with a pullover on, just beautiful weather to enjoy your coffee, or at night, whether it's enjoying each other's company, or even I love to enjoy an occasional cigar. So I did that a few times out at Breckenridge. But I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the family support that I was presented with going through this whole situation of dealing with my mental illness and dealing with my alcohol abuse. My family, I think, has a very unique perspective. I don't think that they were ever once ready or prepared to take that challenge on. I think that they would be very open and upfront about things that they probably could have handled better, things that they saw that they did that were very, very helpful in my situation. But the biggest thing is, for the longest amount of time, I did not let my family in. I sent out a few Facebook questions yesterday. I didn't get a huge response, but over half of the people that responded are feeling in some sort of capacity that family could be more supportive in their life, and they want more supportive family in their life. And I would agree with that. I think that family needs to be a bigger part of everyone's lives. And before we point fingers, the one thing that I want everyone to realize is you can't point fingers at family until you look in a mirror at yourself. And when I stopped and reflected on how I have let my family in on the situation, I did a very poor job. And so it really comes back to the person and to myself of how much did I really want from my family? Because if you don't give them the opportunity, then you're not going to get back what you really want or what you even deserve. So I talked about being a burden in my last message, and I was being a burden because I wasn't letting my family in. And I needed to just take that leap of faith and that vulnerability and just tell them exactly everything, how I'm feeling, what I need from them. And hopefully then we could work out together exactly what we could put in place as a support system. So here's my first challenge to everyone out there. Number one, that wants more family support, and the other people that feel like I don't have a family to even attempt to do that with. The first thing is, who are you talking with? What are you telling them? Where is your safe place? Everyone needs to be able to identify a safe place that they can talk about all the most vulnerable things in their life. And if you don't have that, that's where you must start. And you might not think that you have a safe place, but in reality is you don't know until you take that big step forward of coming forward and talking to people about it. And I would not do that with my family. I would leave them in a guessing game. I would hope that they could read me through my actions, but at the same time, while I wanted them to read me through my actions, I also was trying to hide how I was feeling. So that gave them no viable option of how to figure out exactly what to do. Unfortunately for me, it was a tragic event that made me realize that I have to open up and I have to welcome the support that I know they would be there for. And at the same time, I had to continue to be honest if they approached being in a supportive way of something that wasn't helpful for me. So for example, when I opened up at first, some of the support that I was getting was advice. And I didn't always want advice. Sometimes I just wanted validation that I was going through a very difficult obstacle and that they were by my side. I didn't need to hear, well, have you tried this? Have you done that? Did you look into this? There's a time and a place for those conversations. And family members out there, if you can tell that they're not looking for that, then you're going to do more harm than good when you continue to bring that up. So there is a very delicate way to have those conversations. I actually did a blog on it. If you look back in the earlier blogs of how families can be supportive in that facet. But I finally bared it all with my family, and I told them exactly what was going on. And the love and the support that I got from them was 10 times what I thought. I thought I would cause trouble, and actually it had caused solution and positive momentum. So that is crucial. I can't state enough. If you take one thing from this video, think about how much are you sharing, how honest are you being, how vulnerable are you being with the people that you love the most. And if you don't have that, then we need to connect and we need to find you resources and places that you can find that, whether it's through professional support or maybe it's not your family, but maybe it's some of your closest friends. Do not put them in the awkward position of having to guess what is best for you. The best way for them to know is for you to tell them. And you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. You're not going to step on anyone's toes, but you have to make sure that they're aware. Because if you continue to have that spinning cycle of guessing and hoping that they find the sweet spot of support, it will be a very painful journey. So think about that first. And I encourage you, if you want more support, have a conversation with your family. And it doesn't have to be something that is all or nothing. Dip your toes in the water first and just say, you know what, I've had some stresses right now and I just want to tell you about them. And if you think that getting advice is going to set you off, preface that conversation with, some of the closest people in my life are the ones that I need the most, and you fall into that category. So that's why I want to have this conversation with you today. But just know, as I'm telling you this, I don't want you to come back with needing the right answer or giving me the proper advice at this point. I just want you to be aware. I want you to know of what's going on. So the best thing you can do is just listen. Just let me talk. And it might be uncomfortable for a few minutes, but I'm giving you the grace of not having to have an answer today, because that's not what I'm looking for. And I think that you'll find that is a great first stepping stone for more crucial conversations, more productive conversations coming on in the near future. So I did that, and I've already actually gone to the step of doing that well past my family. I'm doing it with all of you. And again, it is so helpful to my recovery. So what I thought would be a burden ended up being one of the biggest steps of recovery for me. And I want all of that for all of you, and that's why I say that. And you can probably hear my dog whining. He's wanting out. You probably also heard my kids yelling. They're getting ready for a baseball game, and they're playing basketball in the living room. So I apologize for that. But my family and I talked a lot about, we know that we have the luxury of loving each other and spending precious time, and we know that there are others out there that are less fortunate. And I've had some conversation with some of you, but there are people out there. We can remove that word family, because it doesn't have to be blood relatives or through blood that you can confide in other people. We have to find those support for you. We have to find that safe place. So if you haven't, let's start looking for those resources, because they're out there. It might be a counselor or a therapist. It might be a support group. One thing that I want to bring awareness to is there is help and support out there. We just have to connect you to the right people. And if you're not sure, feel free to reach out to me and I can research that with you. But making those connections to find the support that you need is crucial. The more you feel isolated, really, the worse things can down spiral. And one of the main things that I will live by is, we must not isolate, we must collaborate. And I'll say it one more time. We must not isolate, we must collaborate. We have to find the right people to do that with. And that might mean that you connect with a support group that is going through very similar issues with you, because trust me, you are not alone with the issues you're going through. And that can help build the confidence that, hey, we can get through this together. That might mean that you need to confide in a professional therapist or counselor. It might mean that, you know what, I haven't gone through the avenue of medication. And again, these are all your personal preferences. I've hit all three of above, and it's helped me tremendously. But in order for us to find the close relationships, to make the positive steps, we must look in the mirror. We have to continue to look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm not doing my part. Because if we don't start on step one with ourselves, then we're not going to be able to take the further steps up the ladder to continue to find better quality of life. So that is today's challenge. Who are you comfortable with talking with? And if you're not comfortable talking with your family, the question comes back to you. Why? We could probably all list down the things that here's why I haven't done it. And if you look and the blame is on that list is 60% or more because of your family, then I think you need to take a closer look at yourself too. Because we can't take ourselves out of the equation, because honestly, I am the number one equation. Without my actions, we wouldn't have been in this place in the first to start with. So what can you do better? For me, what I did better was I was very honest. Even if it might make someone uncomfortable, I was very honest with it. I was quick to redirect family members or friends that would only want to fix the problem because that's their first natural instinct, but fixing the problem wasn't an option for them. Letting them in and collaborating with me was an option, but they couldn't fix it on their own. So I couldn't expect that from them. We must do a deep reflection. We must find that safe spot to talk about all these life issues. And it can be anything in life. But if you are bottling up your emotions more than you are trying to seek conversation with close friends in a close circle, then we are in a bad spot in life. So again, trying to wrap this up, my main thing is collaboration, not isolating. Finding your safe spot. And that safe spot for me was a pin needle size at first. But it's slowly been able to evolve to more and more. And the wider my circle comes with me having transparent conversations, the better life I've experienced. And if you feel like no matter what I do, my family's not going to be there for me, then you need to find a different circle also. You might not have that luxury, but there are people out there that are feeling the exact same way as you. And if I can help connect you, I absolutely will. And start with me. I will be in your corner 100 out of 100 days. But we have to make sure that we can do that. And I can look in your area because I know different resources fall in different areas, but we can connect you to the right place. We can connect you to possible opportunities. What you can't do is give up. Don't say there's no hope. There is always hope. I posted today about pressure. Pressure can burst pipes or pressure can create diamonds. If you have a lump of coal situation right now, with the pressure in there and putting proper things in place, we can make that coal into a diamond. And I'm here to help you with that, and I'm here to connect you. My family is also a great resource as well. But please hear that you are worth this conversation. You are worth a support system, whether it's blood, whether it's friendship, or whether it's a stranger that you met that is in a similar situation. Start making connections. Start coming out of your corner. Start challenging yourself to have vulnerable conversations, and you will start to see your life go up with quality. So please, please, please reach out if you need anything. Know you're not alone. Know that if you have the luxury of a family, use them. And I understand that sometimes a close-knit family can be even harder. My family was so close that I felt that it was even harder to talk to them about these things because of judgment. We have to stop thinking that people are judging us. We have to. And if they are judging us, find someone else. Find someone else. But today I extend the invitation for all of you. Allow me in your corner. Allow me to help you. Allow me to connect pieces with you, with your family, with other support groups. And together, let's live life at a better quality. That's what the 4th of July was about, continuing to give our country the best opportunity possible to live. And so many in front of us have sacrificed that. We need to honor them by doing exactly what they gave us the opportunity to do, to speak freely, to know that we're worth it, to know we're not alone, to value ourselves enough to have crucial conversations. And if you need help with how that might look the first time, reach out. I'll give you my best advice because I care about all of you. Have a great Sunday. Continue to put your faith in God. Continue to know that you are worth it. One person, one life. Grace in Your Corner family. We can do this. We can make a difference. Have a great day.